Okay, so we're down here with Barb Haynes. She's the
Executive Director of the Downtown Penticton Association.
yeah. So basically, they got the heartbeat on what's going on in our city here for local businesses in our downtown core. If you can tell us a little bit more about the role of the DPA, that would be great.
I can. The Downtown Penticton Association is a business improvement association. So it's defined by a specific area, a specific region in the downtown. We have about 225 property owners who make up 740 businesses within their properties that are housed here in the downtown core. So that's who we advocate for, that's who we work with. Our membership is defined. You can't just come and be a part of the DPA. You must actually have a business or own a property in the downtown. So I work with about 1,000 property owners and businesses combined between the two. And we do everything from advocating for their needs to levels of government, whether that's municipal, provincial, federal, whatever that need happens to be. And we also do a whole lot of marketing, event planning, promotional activities, any and all of those kinds of needs that happen in our community. We also look for and recruit new businesses and help businesses grow and become more sustainable.
So how many of you is there? Because that sounds like a lot of work, Clark.
It is a lot of work. It is a lot of work. There are 3 of us that work full-time in the office. Then I have a number of contract workers as well that work either seasonally or year-round with me. We have a 12-person board of directors that work with us, and it's very busy. There's not a whole lot of downtime.
Well,
and year-round busy.
And plus with the DPA, like you guys are linked with the other farmers markets, so you guys are responsible for having one of the, from what I understand, what it's rated #1 farmers market in BC now, right?
It is. We work collaboratively with the Penticton Farmers Market. We've done an extension to that called the Community Market, and then there's also the small artisan market that works with us as well. So between the 3 of us, we have over 200 vendors that show their wares every Saturday morning, and we are now the largest in the province of BC. So it's a great opportunity. It's a fabulous tourist draw. And a great opportunity for businesses to really showcase their wares. The market happens right on Main Street, so it's very collaborative between entrepreneurs of street vendors and the formalized business community here in downtown.
I know the feeling when you go down there. I mean, I spend the whole day there. I mean, I see you there all the time on the Saturdays, and it's a great energy that's down there. And I know there was almost a potential to go to the Safeway parking lot at one point there, and I'm very glad to say I'm glad that didn't happen.
Yeah, I think it's hard for people sometimes to understand why you would put small business in front of other small business, and but the reality is it attracts the crowd, and so and whenever there is that number, that volume of people on the street, there will always be that spin-off benefit to the businesses.
Oh, absolutely.
And so I think it's been a great opportunity to highlight and showcase what we have in the downtown, and it's not just the 4 hours on a Saturday morning for 6 months of the year, but it reminds people in the community and that have come from the Okanagan Valley some of the other opportunities that we have in terms of business and restaurant and services and that sort of thing, so that when they're looking for that very specialized dress store or men's fashions or shoes or their favorite restaurant or whatever that happens to be, that they remember to come downtown. And I think that's what it's all about. We talk about small business and supporting small business, and small business owners, they're families, and they're the friends of your kids, and they're your neighbors and your coaches and your people in the band and people that make up your community, and without those those opportunities, the vibrancy of our downtown, of our region would die.
Well, that's why I mean, like this is where Barb and I share our passion here is the heart of our downtown, and for some people they think actually like supporting locally it's almost like a fad now, but they don't realize the importance and what local businesses actually give back to the community as opposed to the bigger corporations or the bigger box stores. So
Yeah, and I would say, whenever you're looking at, small business supporting community, I would say they are greater supporters of community than
Absolutely.
even some of the larger big boxes. And a lot of that has to do with freedom and flexibility. There are fewer people to go through to find out who you donate to or who you can support or who you can, help out in terms of smaller community needs. So I know that our businesses in the downtown core, they get asked daily. And I would say there are many, many, many of them that are very generous. And so, they are supporting the local teams, and they are supporting hockey, and they are supporting each other, and they are supporting dry grads, and they are supporting, all of those other formalized things that happen in our community. And not to say that big boxes don't do some of that as well. Certainly they do. But again, there's greater freedom and flexibility, and people that are in small business have a tendency to be that much more connected.
well, that's it. Well, I mean, part of my background being a fundraiser for like Stars Ambulance and stuff like that, and I've noticed it more myself. I helped out an organization not very long ago, and I found that a lot of the smaller businesses have now gone to the head offices, and again, you can't get direct money directly from them anymore. You got to go corporate, and they're no longer local, and yeah, so it makes a big difference.
It does, and community the size of Penticton, we have need, and we have need in our citizens that are sometimes a little more compromised financially, and small business has the opportunity to react more to that. And certainly our community, we work hard on supporting our entire neighborhood and our entire community, and work collaboratively with social agencies and other groups to make a difference, and I would say that small business has a good handle on that. There's every time you turn around, there's another fundraising fashion show or fundraising hockey game or something going on that small business has had a part of. Community Foundation just last weekend, and so many of our local small businesses took an active role and gave very generously. And then on Sunday, there was another opportunity that was a direct benefit. The benefactor was the Hospital Foundation, and again, all of our local small businesses here in the downtown had a piece of that. And so they're very active, they're very connected, and very integrated into our community. And without them, without that opportunity to work together, there would be many people suffering, and I think it's important. It's important to keep our economy local, keep our economy growing, keep our economy feeding itself, keep our economy, directly benefiting from the work that we do.
That's the message of locals is keep global local. But one thing that's exciting as well is, one thing that we're trying to promote here is try to get that 10% shift towards at least taking 10% of your Christmas shopping and bring it downtown to the locals. But you also have another market going on, if I'm not mistaken.
We do. We have a couple of Christmas markets going on. One at the very last Sunday in November, and the very first Sunday in November or in December, and they'll be at the Lakeside Hotel, and so you can come down and do some of your Christmas shopping there. But also remember to come and shop locally on Main Street here, and so often we feel the bleed that goes north of us and into other communities and some of the big box stores. And what we have to offer here downtown is for sure customer service, for sure that unique product. We have so many great stores and gift stores now, and fashions and opportunities. I mean, our Tees and Weaves, which is just a beautiful store, and wonderful products, and Root House, and random thoughts, wonderful things.
I was just with actually Lindsay with Softy Shoes there, where we're talking about that. Like where buying some of the cheaper, lower end shoes, you're actually just renting now. Where when you buy a shoe, you're actually owning a pair of shoes. So it's better quality. You pay a couple of bucks more. But contrary to what people believe, because I shop locally a lot myself, and I don't have a very big budget either. And surprisingly, people they're trained almost to go left on Main instead of coming right, and it's surprising how much cheaper or comparable they are. Even Computer Source, for example. I talked to him. I needed a printer, and I said, you know, what's your price compared to Staples or Walmart? He says, I check it weekly.
Yeah.
And he says, if I'm not the same price, he goes, I might be $5 more. And to me, at the end of the day, I'll pay the $5 more to know that I just supported my locals. You know, so
Absolutely.
how can they find the DPA if anybody was looking here?
They can go to our website, and that is downtownpenticton.org, and so you can check us out. There's all kinds of stuff going on. You can find out about events, find out about all of our members. They're all listed there. We also produce this wonderful little downtown guide that you can come and pick up at, well, you can pick it up at Visitor Center at our tourism host. And many of the local hotels have them, a lot of businesses. You can also pick it up at our office. Again, it lists everybody in the downtown core. And so if you're looking for a doctor, a dentist, or a lawyer, or
So your guide to shopping local right here.
That's right. It's a great little product. And you can also find us, we're just a couple doors south of Starbucks and next to Peach City Runners upstairs in the 200 block of Main Street. And you can also call us at 493-8540. We can answer all your questions.
Or you can find them in the summertime at our farmers markets.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Barb.
My pleasure. My pleasure.